Increasing numbers of Aboriginal women are using urban hospital settings to give birth. Culturally competent care, including an understanding of cultural, emotional, historical, and spiritual aspects of Aboriginal people's experience, and beliefs about health and healthcare, is important to the provision of quality care. While there is a body of literature on culturally competent care, no model specific for Aboriginal women giving birth in hospital settings exists. Giving birth is a major life event for Aboriginal women and their families, and the experience can be positively or negatively affected by the care received. In working with pregnant Aboriginal women, one must understand their unique views, needs, and traditions. For First Nations women, pregnancy is believed to be a natural process that requires no medical intervention. It is believed that it is through their own health, nutrition, and active lifestyle that they care for their child. Sensory experiences are believed to be passed to the fetus, and they listen to their bodies. Extended family, especially grandmothers, are looked to for teaching and support through the pregnancy. Aboriginal culture has very distinct beliefs about children and prenatal care. Pregnancy is viewed as a gift from the Creator. Pregnant women are therefore respected and held to an elevated status within their communities. A very important point to add is that many Aboriginal cultures do not view pregnancy as a sickness or a process that requires medical education or involvement. This could be part of the reason research shows an absence of Aboriginal women partaking in prenatal care activities. Prenatal care for many First Nation communities includes not drinking or smoking, nutritious diets, moderate portions, good sleeping habits, and active lifestyle. Taking medication and strenuous activity are thought to be unnatural and dangerous and are avoided. Technological intervention throughout pregnancy is viewed as detrimental and is likewise feared. In traditional Aboriginal births, older, experienced women should be in attendance rather than physicians. Where and how one is born carries a lot of impact on who one may become, and the traditional practice is within the home with women elders. Men, including Canadian doctors, are believed to be harmed by pregnancy-related participation. If medical treatment is sought out, older women physicians are preferred. Birthing positions tend to be in a kneeling or squatting position, but not on a woman's back. The definition of family differs by Aboriginal and mainstream ideas, and conflicts arise as to who can attend the birth in the hospital. Other differences include the burning of sage, cedar, sweetgrass, and tobacco practices that are not allowed in the hospital setting. As a result, cultural practices are being undermined when mainstream medical attention is sought out. Therefore, acquisition of knowledge, self-awareness, and development of skills are all necessary to ensure quality care. It is essential that processes are in place to promote culturally competent healthcare practices. Recommendations include partnering with Aboriginal physicians, nurses, midwives, and their representative organizations, conducting community-based research to determine labor and delivery needs, identifying and describing Aboriginal values and beliefs related to childbirth and its place in the family and community, and following Aboriginal women's birth experiences in hospital settings with the overarching goal of informing institutional practices. Hi Alba, I'm here to discuss why you haven't come in for your prenatal appointments.
My culture doesn't believe in prenatal medical intervention.
You know you're putting you and your baby at risk, right?
I have a midwife. As soon as I found I'm pregnant, I went to visit her.
Physicians are more qualified than midwives. What happens if something goes wrong and there's no doctor there to help?
My midwife has a university degree and she has a good medical background, but I am here today to tell you my wishes just in case of emergency that I need to go to the hospital.
Okay, so you're obviously planning an at-home birth.
Yes, and I would like To have many elder female during my delivery, which is I know that the hospital doesn't allow many people during delivery, most especially if they are not your immediate family. And I know also that they will not allow me to have a burn stage, which is important to me.
What have you been doing for prenatal care? Are you taking vitamins?
No, I don't take vitamins. I don't believe in taking pills during pregnancy unless there is a problem. I have been active, but not too active. I also eat well, but limit my portion. I also have a good rest.
Okay, well, I am going to recommend that you deliver in a hospital. So if you do end up coming to emergency to deliver, your doctor will be Dr. Smith.
Is Dr. Smith a man or a woman?
He's a man.
In our culture, we don't want a male to be present during birth.
I can't guarantee a female physician. We only have one, and she already has a lot of patients. Will your husband be with you during the birth?
No, I want my midwife, my sister, my mother, my aunt, and my grandmother.
That's really a shame that your husband won't be there with you. And we also don't allow that many people in the hospital room. Maybe you could just ask your husband, or even just ask your mother.
This is exactly why I don't want to give birth in the hospital.
Well, we have rules. Anyway, will you be having an epidural?
No, I would like to have a natural birth.
Okay, well, I would strongly recommend the epidural just because it makes things a lot easier. Are you okay with a cesarean section if needed?
If needed, yes. What matters most is the baby's healthy.
Yeah.
What about postpartum care?
It's my lunch break actually, so don't worry about postpartum care right now. We'll talk about it if you do end up coming to the hospital for an emergency. So, I understand that your wishes are to have a natural childbirth. Does this mean that you're against an epidural? Or what if the physician thinks it's necessary to have a cesarean section?
I do not want an epidural, but will be okay with a cesarean section if needed. I just want my baby to be safe and healthy.
What would you like for postpartum care?
I would like to go home as soon as possible.
Yeah, so have a nice day. Okay. Mrs. Thompson, I'm Lauren, and I will be the nurse answering your questions today. So I understand that you're here to plan your birth.
Yes, I'm planning to have a home delivery.
Mhm.
And I am here today to express my cultural wishes just in case of emergency that I need to go to the hospital.
Okay, well, that's great that you're planning in advance. It'll take a lot of the stress off if you do plan in advance in case there is an emergency. So, may I ask what your culture is, and do you have a midwife?
I am Aboriginal and I have a midwife. She's been helping me with my pregnancy.
That's great. Midwives are highly trained and they are a great option. So, in case you do have to come to the hospital, would you prefer a male or a female physician?
I prepare a female physician because my culture doesn't believe in having a male during delivery.
I'll make sure that I assign a female physician for you. Who would you like present during your birth?
I would like my sister, my mother, my aunt, my grandmother, and my midwife.
That's great that you have so much support and that you want to share this moment with everyone. However, the hospital only allows 2 people in the room at one time during a birth. But because of your culture, I will contact the hospital to see if they'll make an exception. So I'll call you in a few days with the information, and if they won't allow it, then we can discuss further options.
Thank you for your understanding.
We will definitely let you go home as soon as your health and the baby's health is stable. Are you okay with us doing assessments on both of you while you're in the hospital?
Yes, as long as you're not giving us a medicine.
Okay. Do you have any further questions?
No, there is none right now.
All right, well, I'll give you a call by Thursday
And I'll let you know what the hospital's decision is for the amount of people that they allow during the birth. And then we can make another appointment to discuss your wishes for more postpartum care, and I'll answer any questions that you might have. Is it possible to bring your midwife to the next appointment just so we can get a better understanding, and it'll even offer you more support?
Of course.
Okay, well, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.